From the onset, the new sheriff in town made his intentions clear that business reforms were top of his agenda in growing the economy. Former President Mwai Kibaki had managed to jumpstart the Kenyan economy after many years of stunted growth. In 2013, Kibaki had managed to turn around the Kenyan economy with an average economic growth rate of 5%, a vibrant private sector, and an economy that was ready for takeoff. Looking at the 6 parameters of measuring the Kenyan economy, one sees an economy that is still vibrant, but threatened by insecurity, corruption, and a high rate of unemployment, especially among the young people.
If we do not have the insecurity, the Al-Shabaab challenges we have today, we are probably talking of another 70 billion in the economy through tourism. You can imagine the impact that would have had on the economy. So insecurity is challenge number 1. Number 2, if you ask me, corruption.
In 2012, the Kenyan economy grew by 4.6%. This year, the projected economic growth rate is 6.9% from 5.3% last year. The economy is considered to be one of the fastest growing economies of the world. On foreign direct investment, Kenya is now regarded as one of the most preferred investment destinations in the world. However, this status is at risk due to red tape and slow bureaucracy within government circles, as Javas Bigambo, a governance expert with Interthoughts Consulting, explains.
If we were to look at the Jubilee government's execution of its policies, exclusive of the Kibaki administration, then on a scale of 1 to 10, we could give the Jubilee government a 4. Because most of what is being termed or considered as successes of the Jubilee government is built on the successes of the Kibaki administration.
To address this, the Ministry of Industrialization plans to establish a one-stop investment shop in all major towns. Plans are also at an advanced stage to set up special economic zones in varied regions of the country, but the plan has been beset by delays which experts fear might hamper their effectiveness.
The amount of time that cabinet secretaries and the PSs are spending in parliament needs to be looked into. There's no doubt about it. We need to define the rules of this particular game such that we let the ministers, the cabinet secretaries and the PSs and other technocrats stay in their offices to do their job.
The stock market is another barometer of economic growth. The Nairobi Securities Exchange has been a star performer in Africa in the last 2 years. Though the market has been dry on initial public offers, individual and institutional investors have been very active, pushing market capitalization to 2.4 trillion shillings as per last week. However, the record performance is likely to be affected by the confusion over the implementation of the capital gains tax. Last month, the rate of inflation was at 6.31%, but still in single digit and within the National Treasury's preferred band of between 2.5% and 7.5%. The jury is still out on the impact of the Kenya Bank's reference rate, launched last year by the Central Bank of Kenya. The shilling has weakened against the dollar since President Kenyatta took over. The Kenyan unit has weakened from 84.7 shillings to the dollar as of April 9, 2013 to 92 shillings and 84 cents to the dollar as of Friday last week. Insecurity affecting key sectors like tourism and low tea and coffee prices have all played a role in the weakening of the local currency. Last year, Kenya raised 185 billion shillings from the international market, which led to favorable rating of B+ by rating agency Standards & Poor. This has boosted Kenya's image on the international scene.
Unless we address the issue of procurement and the never-ending court battles, and then even the speed at which the disputes are determined, we are going nowhere. In fact, it is a major challenge to investors in this country.
On the debt front, under the Jubilee administration, Kenya's debt portfolio has almost doubled to 2.45 trillion shillings in 2014 from 1.72 trillion shillings the previous year. However, following the rebasing of the Kenyan economy last year, the expanded gross domestic product has suppressed the ratio of debt to GDP to below 50%.
I would not just talk tough, I would also act tough. While his recent efforts to rein in corrupt officers, government officials, is laudable, I think it should not stop there. we need to see that this trickles down to every level.
There is no doubt that the Jubilee government is putting its best foot forward in trying to expand the Kenyan economy. However, insecurity, corruption, whether real or perceived, and long procurement processes are hurting these plans. And if the government is not careful, then it shall be judged harshly by the Kenyan voters come the year 2017. O'Brien, Kimani for Channel 1 News Hour.